Good morning, people, and welcome to Stinky's art class, where we have the best students in the world. Today's lesson is how to draw a sword. Okay, I'm thinking I'm feeling a little lazy today. I don't know why. Because I'll tell you why. Because I think of a sword, I think of like a knight, you know, from the ancient times. And, you know, drawing a sword with a bunch of armor sounds hard to me. So I'm just going to keep it within my abilities. I'm not going to push my, I'm not going to try. Today's not the day that I'm going to push my boundaries. Today is the day I'm going to keep it real. You ever heard that? Keeping it real? Sometimes you just need to keep it real. Now this is a sharp edge. It's got the blade. Now we want to do this fancy, what do they call that? That's to protect your hand from falling down. Okay, I am going to have a hard time not drawing a hand, class. I know I said I didn't want to do it, but I think I'm going to have to. Let's put a jewel at the end of this thing. It looks like a king's sword, doesn't it? Excuse me, class. Okay. So let's draw some fingers. And the thumb. Very interesting perspective. Let's talk about that for a minute. Class, have you ever done studies on perspectives? What do you notice about this? There's a little bit of perspective issue, isn't there? What do you think, class? Do you think this is a completed project now? Do you think this is actually not a lesson on how to draw a sword? Maybe it's a lesson on perspective, and I just pulled a fast one on you. Do you ever think about that? Well, no, Stinky doesn't. Stinky don't play like that. This is a lesson on a sword. But let's incorporate aspects of art. This is perspective. Does it look like it might need to be like this? You can use perspective to improve your art, change it up, make it interesting. Like, can you imagine those art lovers that go to the art galleries? If they saw this hanging in an art gallery in a nice frame, and they saw that, they'd be sitting there for hours trying to figure out the perspective of it, and like why the sword was upside down. Like, is that guy like walking on the ceiling or something? Okay, class. And then we got this perspective. There's nothing here. I think this, if we leave this blank, class, you got to think about this. If I leave this blank, then, you know, those critique art lovers are going to have to deal with this. They're going to have to deal with it. They will look at this piece of art and they'll have to deal with it. They'll have to come to terms that this is a perspective issue, and they'll have to just come up with some interpretation of why it's that way. And I think that's why artists, we love art, because we like to have other people make their interpretations, don't we? There I go again, forgetting to finish off the fingers. Should we do this, class, or no? Am I going to mess it up? How about just little dots? Now that'll really throw them off. Okay, class, I hope you enjoyed this lesson. The lesson was how to draw a sword, but, you know, it turned into a lesson on perspective and empty space and critique and, you know, it turned into a lot of aspects. There's deep meaning in these drawings because, like I said, they're for the highest level and the lowest level and everybody in between. And because I know that we have some great talent in the class, I want to kind of make it challenging for all levels. So I hope you enjoyed the class today, and keep following me and bringing your friends along, and your enemies and your friends and family and whoever else that wants to attend Stinky's art class. We're open to all. Okay, people, have a great day, and we'll see you at the next epic lesson. We got some major reveals coming up. Thanks, class. Class dismissed.